the second. Hi, this is Joe Ferry for the Home Inspection Network, and I'm here today with Wally Conway. We're talking about energy savings. Wally, you gave us some information on the most expensive user of electricity in the house. What is the second most expensive?
Well, after heating and cooling, the second most expensive item in the home for most folks is making hot water. And one of the reasons it's so expensive to make hot water, not only do you have to add the heat, but most of us have a big tank often sitting in the garage or sitting in the attic in an unconditioned space. So we're adding heat and there's heat loss. We're adding heat and there's heat loss. And then we're finally going around to taking showers and taking baths and washing laundry, so we're using more water. For a typical family, it's 15 to 20% of their total utility bill is making hot water. So how do we reduce that? Some things. Use less. Whoa, there's another novel concept. We can wash our clothes in cold water. It comes out fine. Pink shirt, done in cold water, no stains, looking good. Our dishwashers, we don't need to send hot water to it. We can make it hot when it gets there. It all works out just fine. So looking for small, simple ways to reduce. Also, it's worthy of consideration to put a water heater on a timer. In my own home, two of us there, we both shower at the same time, not simultaneously, but within the same narrow band of the morning. Right. You're with me? So in my home, the water heater turns on, and it's electric. You can do similar things with gas, but we'll concentrate on electric. The timer comes on at 6 o'clock and says, make hot water for Wally. So it makes the hot water for Wally. Wally's all good, Tanya's all good, and by 9 o'clock, it's done making hot water for the entire day. It's sitting in an insulated tank, and it sits there basically hot the rest of the day. And here's what people don't consider about hot water. Most of us set our hot water heater at 120 degrees. None of us can have that on our skin.
Correct.
So we end up spending money to make it hot and then diluting it before we use it. Right. So even though there's some amount of cooling that goes on at the water heater during the course of the day, it goes from 120 to 115 to 110 to 105, 105 being the temperature of most hot tubs. That's bath water. So for our routine washing and small things, there's more than enough hot water to solve us during the day, even while the water heater's off, because we're not diluting it much. So you want to save more money, use less hot water, and run the tank less.
Well, how would you do that with a gas water tank?
It's a bit more difficult with gas. The thermostats are more complex. Right. When we look at gas, sometimes we look into moving to a tankless technologies, other insulation methodologies. It's strange when we start debating various methods of producing heat. Right. Sometimes one form of energy, say gas compared to electric, may be less expensive, but the joy of electric is we are always in complete control
of it, right.
And the ability to control it, even if a particular kilowatt hour or a BTU may in some localities be slightly more expensive, because we have absolute control over the consumption, almost always we can drive down the net cost.
Very good. Thank you.
All right.